So what's up guys, and welcome back to another video here on Code Zero. What we're gonna be doing on this video is that we're gonna be finishing our application, our C.R.U.D using TypeScript and Node. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have learned something with it. And what we're gonna be doing in this video is gonna create the delete user function. We can delete an existing user. We're gonna also show an specific user, and we're gonna update a user. We're gonna update a user password. We are here on our user controller, so we're gonna create our method. If you don't know what is a controller, I explained this on the last video, so I recommended you to go there and check it. Promise response. So we got this from the express, and then we're gonna return a promise of type response. Okay, and what we're gonna be using to delete the user is we're gonna get from our road our request.params. So the user ID, we're gonna get the ID. So we can use request to get data in three different ways. These different ways are the params, the body, and the query. The query params is like the default params is when you have the user/ID. So everything that is in the right side of the slash, you're gonna get here. This is a param. The body you get as a JSON or XML, and the param is like the query param. When you get like using query, you get like this. You have the road here, users. Oh my god, users, and slash, and then you have like ID equal 1. So this is the query param. So okay, so I'm gonna get the ID from the param. So basically it's something like this: user/our ID, and after that we're gonna const delete user equal new delete user service. So we don't have this yet, but we're gonna construct it. So now we're gonna go to our services here. Delete user service. So, oh my god, service.ts. I'm gonna copy this over here, and I'm gonna change this. We're gonna receive our string. Okay, we're gonna get from here our ID. I'm gonna receive our ID, our user ID. I'm gonna get this from here. We're gonna check if the user exists, because we cannot delete an user that doesn't exist. So if this is false, we're gonna check it, find one. Let's make it more readable. So in our repository, we can create a method just like find by email. We can find by ID, which we're gonna receive our ID, and we'll find or not a user with the ID. Okay, so now we're gonna pass we're gonna use our method find by ID, and our ID will be user underscore ID. Okay. Non-assigned parameter string. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now, if the user exists, we're gonna. If your user does not exist, user does not exist. Okay. We will not need this. So now we're gonna delete our user. The away this dot users repository dot delete, and we're gonna pass here our user exists, and we will not return anything. Can put this void. So now we have our delete user service, and I'm not gonna export default over here. I want this exportation, and in our controller we can import. Oh my god, we can import delete user service from here. And now what we're gonna be doing is await delete user service dot execute by passing user ID as ID, and we're gonna, if everything is okay, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna return, oh my god, no, return our response.json with status 100.json. Okay, true. Oh my god. Okay, true. So okay, now we're gonna add this to our route because we need to communicate with our API. And now I'm gonna duplicate this. Oh my god, I'm gonna duplicate this, and this is the method delete user, and here we're gonna do exactly this way. So if we write here like user underscore ID, we have to get in our controller user underscore ID. But I don't like to do this. I usually do just ID because I think it make it clear, because it's a user and the ID, so it's a user ID. It's obvious. So I'm gonna instantiate our delete. Oh no, I don't need this. Sorry. Here instead of create, we're gonna use delete, and it should work for now. So if we run our application, we open Insomnia over here. Okay, I need to docker container start Postgres. Okay, now our container has started. If we go to our database here, we will see our user. What? Docker. Why error establishing connection? Why is there an error establishing connection? Oh my god. What is happening? What? Okay, I'm not discussing. So if we go here in our YouTube connection, our database, our table users, we're gonna have here our user. So we're gonna have here our user, and okay, we're gonna try to delete it. So we are dev, and by that what we're gonna be doing is going here on insomnia. We're gonna change to our CRUD workspace. On user, we're gonna create a new request, which is delete of the, oh my god, new request, which is delete of type delete. I'm gonna create our, okay, let me copy this. Oh, we have an environment. No, we don't. We have an environment. We created the environment. Okay, we created. So base URL slash users slash our user ID. So this can stay inside user folder. Oh my god, inside user folder. Okay, so user already exists. Let me get the user ID over here. So this is our user ID. We're gonna pass it over here, and okay, true. Now if we go back to our database and we reload it, let's see. So it was supposed to delete our user. Let me see what is wrong. Find one. Okay. Let me see what is wrong. Let me see what is wrong over here. Our repository. No, our delete user service. What the heck? Let me just console.log user access. So if we run this, we're gonna we got our user. Okay, so user exists. Okay, so why is not deleting? Okay. Where ID user ID. So I do like this. Now I'm gonna delete it. I don't need to pass the whole entity in the delete method, so probably now gonna work. Okay, so if I come here, then now we have deleted our user. So if you are using delete method, you can use this way. You don't need to pass all the entity for it. So yeah, that's it. So now what we're gonna be doing is we finish our deleting users. So we're gonna show a specific user. So it's the same thing. We're gonna get this method over here. Oops. Is the method show. We're gonna receive the ID. We're gonna call show user a new show user service, and we're gonna return this. We'll return a user for us user. And we're gonna get this user and return it in here with a class to class. The same way, because we don't want to return our password. Oh my god. No, let me get this. Let me do this. Okay, and now we're gonna go to our service. We're gonna new file, show user service.ts. We're gonna get the create user. We're gonna do this. We're gonna receive our ID as a string. Oh my god, string. We're gonna get our ID from here, and we're gonna find user, find by ID, which is our ID here. User already exists. We're gonna do the same checking by in here. Let's write. So if the user does not exist, user does not exist. We're gonna not be needing this. We're gonna change this to this dot user dot find one where ID. So let's get here user underscore ID, and here ID equal to this, and we're gonna pass this in here also. And no, what I'm doing, man, just need to return this. So return user access. So okay, now I'm gonna show user service, and I don't want this. So now we got our road, which we're using the method show. The same thing here, and we use the method get, and which will retrieve for us an information of the user, and that's it. So let's try it here. Show method get, the same URL here. So if we try this, okay, we will let me run the application. Well, already in use. Yeah, so okay, now if the application is running, so if we dismiss, so if we do this, our user does not exist. Okay, so now we're gonna create a user. So we created our user. If we go here in our database, we're gonna have our users here. We're gonna show, we're gonna need to get the ID. Let me get the whole ID here. I'm gonna get the ID, and we're gonna put the ID in here, and now it brings for us our user without bringing us the password of the user. Nice. So we finish showing the user, and now we're gonna update our users. So we're gonna have another method in here called update. We're gonna receive our password and our new password and our brief password. We're gonna get this from body. I can take off this. I'm gonna get this from body, and we're gonna do update user. Update user service. Okay, and now we're gonna create this update user service.ts. We're gonna get our create user again, update user. We're gonna get from here our new password, which is a string, and our brief password, which is also a string. You're gonna receive them both from here, and we're gonna find we need find the email. So we're gonna get our repository here in our update. Oh my god, in our controller, in our update user, we're gonna also get our ID from the params, because we need to locate our user. So I'm gonna also get our ID. In our update user, we're gonna get our user underscore ID string, which is a string. We're gonna get it from here. We're gonna pass it find by ID. We're gonna pass our user ID. User already exists. We're gonna check it if it does not exist. User does not exist. Now we're gonna compare is password valid. We're gonna get from our BigCrypt.js our compare. We're gonna do a compare with the prev password. Let me see the pass and hash. Okay, so prev password and the user exists dot password. This is gonna return, so is valid. So if is valid, we're gonna do user exists dot password. No, let me do it better. If it's not valid, so if the password is not the same, we're gonna throw at paper saying the prev password was different from the user password. No, from was wrong. Okay. Let me add new. Yes, new error. So if is valid, if the password is valid, we're gonna user exists dot password equal new password, and we're gonna wait repository dot save. We're gonna save user exists and we're gonna return the user. So we're gonna change this to update user service, and we're gonna delete this, and we're gonna import in our controller our update user service, which is update user, and we're gonna pass here the prev password, the new password, and our user ID, which will be ID, and we're gonna return this. Okay, so that should be done. Let me create the request, new request, update, which is so we're gonna here the correct method to update a user. If you're gonna update all the information or more than one information, you gotta use the method but in our situation, we're gonna update only one information, which is password, so we're gonna use the method batch. Okay, so we got a body, which is JSON. So here we're gonna get this URL. Let me copy this in here. So we got the prev. Okay. We got the prev password. We got, oh my god, prev password, which is I don't remember. Okay, this is our prev password. And we got also our new password. Oh my god, the microphone is in front of me. Prev password, new password, which will be blah blah blah. So if the server is running, so if I send this, cannot, okay, sorry, I did not add it to our roads. Okay. So we're gonna have the method batch, and update. So if we send this, now our user is updated. And if we try to send it again, the previous password was wrong because the previous password now is blah 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 and not 1 2 3 4 5 6. So with that, we finished our CRUD, we finished our application, and I'm so happy that we finished. I hope you guys have enjoyed this playlist. I hope you guys have learned something with it. And if you don't understand something that I have explained on this video, please leave a comment. Please leave me a feedback. I need you guys to help me. Leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and also follow me on Instagram. I'm posting a lot in there. I'm posting a lot of tips, a lot of opinions. We're gonna share knowledge. So make sure that you're following me there, and I see you in the next video.